Welcome to this tutorial on building a facial recognition-based photo organizer. In this video, you'll learn how to create a Java application that utilizes facial recognition to automatically organize your photos based on the people in them. Before we dive into the code, let's review what we will accomplish in this tutorial. Our application will scan a directory for images, identify faces in those images, and then move those images into subfolders named after the individuals detected. We'll be using the Java programming language along with OpenCV for the facial recognition capabilities. First, let's ensure we have the necessary tools and libraries installed. You'll need Java Development Kit, JDK, the OpenCV library, and an IDE like IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse. You also need to have Maven configured to manage project dependencies. To start, let's create a new Maven project in your IDE. If you're using IntelliJ, go to File-New-Project and select Maven. Name your project Facial Recognition Photo Organizer. Once the project is created, you'll have a basic directory structure set up. Next, we'll need to add the OpenCV library to our project. Open your pom.xml file and add the OpenCV dependency. Here's how your pom.xml should look. After adding the dependency, make sure to run Maven to update your project libraries. In IntelliJ, you can do this by clicking on Maven on the right-hand side and selecting Reload All Maven Projects. Now, let's set up our main application class. Create a new Java class named Photo Organizer. This class will be responsible for coordinating the facial recognition process. The next step is to load our images and prepare the face detection model. OpenCV provides several pre-trained models for this purpose. For simplicity, we'll use the HAR Cascades model for face detection. You need to download this model and place it within your project resources. Now let's proceed to implement the Organize Photos method. We'll use the HAR Cascades model to detect faces in our photos. First, update the Organize Photos method to loop through each image file in the directory. To check if a file is an image, we need to implement the isImage function. This function will verify the file extension. Here's how it looks. Next, let's implement the Detect and Organize Faces method. This method will utilize OpenCV to detect faces in the image. We'll begin by loading the image and then applying the HAR Cascade model. In the Detect and Organize Faces method, after loading the image and the HAR Cascade, we apply the face detection. Once we detect the faces, we can save the faces as individual images to a specific directory. Let's implement this now. Now that we have the basic structure for detecting faces and saving them as images, let's add functionality to organize these images into respective folders. We need to name the subfolders after the individuals whose faces we have detected. Before we can move files, we need to implement a simple face recognition model. We will enhance our application in future sections to integrate a model that can recognize faces and categorize them accordingly. For the moment, let's just simulate this functionality. Finally, let's put together our application flow and test it. Make sure you have your photo directory set up with some sample images. Adjust your paths in the code accordingly if necessary. Now run your main method in the Photo Organizer class. If everything works correctly, you should see a printout of the files being processed followed by image files being saved to their respective folders. If no faces are detected in an image, you should see an appropriate message in the console. As you get this application working, you might want to think about improvements. Consider implementing a real face recognition model instead of simulation, allowing the program to distinguish between different individuals more accurately. You can explore libraries like Deep Learning 4J or TensorFlow for Java to do this. That wraps up our tutorial on building a facial recognition-based photo organizer using Java and OpenCV. Make sure to leave your feedback and let us know how your projects turned out. I hope you enjoyed learning and creating with us. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more programming tutorials. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified about future content. Happy coding, and see you in the next video.